Da dying, and God denyo. Oh, what da dying.
Januksen ya waleta matam sanga. Yabo.
This is the voice of the patriot where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it will only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Now here I must warn you, we are not neutral, never. We have actually taken sides. The side of the truth. This is the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Time now to speak truth to power. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Now, the very first story we want to look at today is taken from Ghana Web. And it says, this could never happen under Nkrumah, Rawlings, or Echiampong. Kwesi Pratt fires back at Gilad. And I read it. Now, veteran journalist and managing editor of the Insight newspaper, Kwesi Pratt Jr., has criticized the Israeli ambassador to Ghana, Roy Gilad, following comments the envoy made regarding Ghana's recent vote abstention on Iran's nuclear compliance at a Vienna-based International Atomic Energy Agency meeting. Now, speaking during a panel discussion on Metro TV's Good Man in Ghana on June 18, 2025, Pratt condemned what he described as the effrontery of the ambassador for questioning Ghana's foreign policy stance, accusing him of overstepping diplomatic boundaries. Now, the arrogance of Israel and its officials is sickening. The Israeli ambassador in Ghana is teaching our government how to behave in international relations. Who is he to determine Ghana's interest? He questioned. Now, according to Pratt, Gilad's reported call for Ghana to reconsider its traditional alignment with the African Union, non-aligned movement, and the Arab League represents an unacceptable intrusion into Ghana's sovereignty. This is a direct insult to Ghana. He says our government is not pursuing Ghanaian interest well. Who gave him that authority? These are decisions for the Ghanaian people to make. He fumed. Kwesi Pratt also argued that such interference will not have been tolerated under previous leaders such as Kwame Nkrumah, General Ignatius Kutu Echampong, or Jerry John Rawlings. Now, when you have a country that thrives on begging, when you have a country that is a beggar nation, a miserable beggar nation, any idiot could push his dirty fingers into your meal. Any idiot, my brother, my sister, can stick their dirty mouths in your business. It hurts. My brother, we went through slavery in the hands of these urchins. We went through slavery, transatlantic slave trade 1 and transatlantic slave trade 2. Now, we shall not permit transatlantic slave trade 3. My brother, my sister, these urchins have pounced on us for far too long. These urchins have taken us for a ride for far too long. Israel, a nation that was built only in 1935 with the support of America and Britain. My brother, my sister, today has become a thorn in the flesh of the whole world. My brother, my sister, yes, we want peace, but we want peace that is very reliable and, my brother, my sister, at the same time credible. Now, what this Israeli prime minister is saying is not different from what the American prime minister, better still, the American vice president, my brother, my sister, under Joe Biden, came into this country to tell us. Remember when we were talking about LGBTQI+? This woman came into this country and she told us point blank, she doesn't care what we think. She doesn't care what our faculties are, whether we have faculties working or not. She doesn't care. All she cares about is that LGBTQI+ issues are human rights issues, and any sensible human being must align with this reality. Realism in her books. America is so arrogant. England is more than arrogant. The most arrogant is Israel. Israel that has no power on its own. Borrowed power. In Ghana we call that borrower. Israel cannot stand on its own 2 feet without America's backing. If it is a lie, tell me it's a lie. I'm so angry. My brother, my sister, we are dealing with Palestinian-Israeli issues. We have seen a lot of slaughter on both sides, especially on the side of the Palestinians, because Almighty America is backing Israel with dirty, inhumane weapons to wipe out a nation that existed long time before the state of Israel. My brother, my sister, America does not care about how many people are slaughtered so that its interest can be adhered to and upheld. America does not care to kill 1 trillion people in order to achieve its own egotistic prowess and choices. My brother, my sister, yet is the same America that will fly several aeroplanes into one country claiming to save one man. What a paradox! It is so paradoxical of the so-called Western powers to pretend to be protecting one man when in the next vein they are killing millions of people in their own interest. What a shame. Now, what did Joey Gilad say? Roe Gilad, the Israeli ambassador to Ghana, with such effrontery and foolishness and arrogance, my brother, my sister, has stood up to say that Ghana did not make a good decision by abstaining from voting in order to determine whether Iran should have nuclear empowerment or not. My brother, my sister, they make it look like nuclear empowerment is all about destruction. In modern times, we have seen how nuclear energy has been used to achieve so many positive things with no bloodshed. It's like marijuana in Ghana. When you talk about marijuana, everybody points a finger at the psychiatric hospital. Nobody looks at the several oils that you can get from marijuana. Nobody looks at the health benefits of marijuana. Nobody sees the commercial benefits of marijuana. We are so sick in the head. My brother, we are so short-circuited in the brain. We always think negative about very wonderful things. Yes, Iran might not be a nation that we can trust 100%. But Iran in the past has been a great ally of Israel. Iran in the past has been a great ally of even America. What has changed all of a sudden? Because some countries do not trust other countries to have what they have. Can I say it again? Some countries, egotistically, so arrogantly, my brother, my sister, do not trust other countries to have what they already have. What effrontery! What wickedness! My brother, make this thing go viral. I am saying countries like America and the so-called powers of the West do not want and do not trust other countries to have what they already have. Therefore, in your attempt to have a quarter of what they have, you are annihilated. In fact, you are totally erased from the surface of the earth with no traces. No forensics would ever find you. It's annoying. America has been able to use Israel as a pawn because Israel is now a lapdog of America. And therefore, when America says jump, all Israel can say is how high. How long will this relationship be? It will only last under a psychotic president like this guy here called Trump. This mentally ill president will soon go. A few months back, a bullet missed his skull. Thank God he didn't die. I don't want to see people die because I am a man who loves life. That is what I don't even eat. The animals that you eat, they are my friends. I want people to live long enough to suffer the pain that they inflicted on people when they had the power. My brother, my sister, now a common ambassador, common cheap ambassador, Roway Gilad, of a country that is most insignificant when it compares to Ghana. The only thing significant about the country is that it became the setting for some religious activities in history. Aside that, there's nothing to write home about countries like that. When I go to Israel, I am not going there to smoke marijuana. I have enough good marijuana at, what's that area called? Aveno. Enough marijuana at Aveno. I don't need Israel's marijuana to be high. I am already high next to the Most High. When I go to Israel, I am going there, my brother, my sister, because of the Aqsa Mosque to relive history. I go there because of Nazareth to relive the footsteps of Jesus the Christ. I don't go to Israel to eat apples. I am not a fan of apples. I am not going to Israel to look at skyscrapers. My brother, my sister, please, Israeli ambassador, with all love and respect, stop the foolishness. Ghana is a sovereign nation. Ghana has not hurt you in any way. This country has not scratched you in any way. If you are on your, in fact, bomb happy sprees, bombing and killing innocent people around the world, please keep it to yourself. We are a nation as peaceful as Switzerland. We are non-aligned. We want to stay like that because of some of these hypocrisies around the world. But America, your days are coming. Trump, you are a madman. I just returned from America. Almost every American that I met in November when I went, who supported Trump, today they are all recoiled into their shells of disappointment. My brother, they are chasing people on the farms, chasing people in the hospitals, listen, in the schools, in hotels, chasing them up. As long as they are undocumented. Some are even documented, but they still find a reason to send them back to their nations. Well, I am an advocate of people staying in their countries and making it better. I'm also an advocate of people traveling around to get education. The Prophet of Islam, peace be upon him, Prophet Muhammad, he said, if knowledge, listen, if knowledge is found far away in a faraway country like China, I entreat all my followers to trek to China and find this knowledge. Knowledge is power. If knowledge is in America, so be it. Let's go bring it home and share it amongst our people like the pot of wisdom belonging to Anansi. My brother, my sister, today as we stand, American farmers are complaining that all their cheap labor has been sent home. In fact, last week, when I was in New Jersey preparing to fly home, my brother, my sister, CNN was trumpeting it loud, including Fox News. The labor of America is almost coming to a standstill. What African people and undocumented people are ready to do to keep America's flag hoisted so high, not a single American citizen would like to do that. Therefore, when you bite the hands that feed you, thinking that you are doing those hands a favor, this is what befalls you. Please, let's develop our country. President Mahama, I like what you're doing. Let us continue developing our nation. Let us all love our nation. Let us stand firm for our nation so that etchings like this Ruwe, what is his name, Gillard, will stay in their dirty corners and leave us alone. They are only powerful because of a default power, America. Aside that, they are nothing but hopeless. Please be careful. Now the next thing I want to look at, and I need you to come along, is a heartbreaking story. But I need you to come here. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. My brother, my sister, I'm taking you all the way to America. Yes, to America. Yes, I'm taking you all the way to America. And I need you to open your ears and listen with rapt attention. Oh, Jesus. Now, Okudzeto Ablakwa has spoken. And we need to look at this carefully. I'm reading this from Ghana Web. And it says, and I quote, "He are called to probe former head of IT at Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C." And this is according to Okudzeto Ablakwa. I read. Now, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, has confirmed that a formal petition has been submitted to the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, to investigate the former head of IT at Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C., Fred Kwarteng, over allegations of financial impropriety and abuse of office. Now, speaking in Parliament on Wednesday, June 18, 2025, the minister stated that the process of the alleged crime would be traced and Kwarteng would be extradited to Ghana for prosecution. EOCO has been petitioned to probe Alfred Kwarteng, trace the process of crime, and have him brought to Ghana for prosecution. He added that a complete overhaul of the embassy's IT department and client services center had been undertaken to enhance transparency. Now, between May 27 and June 13, 25, a total of 4,472 visas were processed and issued, and 3,500 backlog cases from May 2025 were cleared. Now, to accommodate the surge in applications, the minister noted that the mission's working hours had been extended from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., with some staff working beyond 10 p.m. Now, to manage the high volume of applications, the mission's working hours have been extended from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and some staff still beyond 10 p.m. I must commend the commitment of our diplomats in rising to the challenge and ensuring that Ghanaians receive timely services, he said. Ablakwa further disclosed that the new, in fact, 3 new telephone lines have been introduced to reduce congestion. Now, during a 2-week period, 277 real-time offline chats and 543 emails were successfully handled. Now, the mission's IT infrastructure had been fully reconfigured. Now, my brother, why all this Rambo-style movement? It lies in this answer. My brother, my sister, the answer is simple, and it's also on Ghana Web. It says, criminal syndicate, ex-wife. Ablakwa gives more details on Washington, D.C. embassy scandal. And I read, listen attentively, this is very important. Now, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, has stated that the corrupt activities at the Ghanaian embassy in Washington, D.C., USA, were perpetrated by a criminal syndicate rather than an individual. In a statement he shared on his social media on June 19, 2025, Ablakwa stated that the syndicate, along with the dismissed IT staff member Fred Pratt, operated within the mission. He noted that his ministry is collaborating with law enforcement authorities in the United States of America to freeze the accounts. Now, admissions from Fred Pratt himself, as well as current and former staff of the embassy, confirmed that he did not act alone in this matter. Wow. It appears that there may have been a network of individuals involved in the web of corruption, which underscores the need for thorough investigation and accountability. He made this known while addressing Parliament on the developments. My brother, my sister, and what is this about? This gentleman here called Fred Pratt, and I have successfully gotten in contact with him, hoping that we will be able to have an interview. Over the years, as the IT boss of the Ghana embassy in America, he has used, or better still, misused his office to make a lot of ill-gotten wealth. My brother, my sister, instead of having people apply directly to the embassy for visas, because now we have succeeded in making Ghana quite admirable and attractive to people to come in because of freedom of speech, because of Pan-Africanism, and of course, patriotism. Underway, we've been able to get it attractive enough. Thanks to the average Ghanaian who loves peace all the time. So people are flocking into the country. And everyone who wants to come into a country must first talk to the embassy, true or false. This quarantine man, my brother, my sister, allegedly had a way of diverting all the applications, or most of the applications, to his private website. So if you needed a visa to come to Ghana, he had a way of diverting the thing, because he is the IT boss, to his private website, where he will take money from you and grant you an easy visa. So if a visa would take about 10 days to receive, you can get it in just minutes, as long as you play the quarantine advocate. He did some other things, allegedly, and he made millions of American dollars with such a criminal syndicate, including his ex-wife. My brother, my sister, while we here in Ghana are here crying that we want our country to grow, there are some people who are using the name of Ghana, stealing from Ghana. All this money should have come to Ghana. Today, it would have been a feather in his hat. On his retirement table, he could boast that he made millions for Ghana. And this was how he did it, using IT. But no, the corrupt people that we are, the silly idiots that we are, we always steal from our country, thinking that we are smart. The man has made millions of American dollars. And he took Ablakwa and the rest of them to detect this. Nanado was fast sleeping. He went to Washington several times, and these criminals met him at the airport, singing hallelujah to him and calling him an angel. My brother, my sister, the man has been nabbed. Why do we do this to our country? Look at that other guy called, what is his name? Kwabena Edubuahin. He and his wife. In my days, women were never thieves. We trusted women more. All the prisons had only men. The female prisons were empty. But today, the female prisons has more. In fact, the female prisons have more clients. Somebody has killed their husband. Somebody has stolen this, stolen that, stolen that. women are stealing more in our time than men. Men are using them as advocates of crime. When would we love patriotism? Why? Sitting in Washington, stealing from Ghana, destroying the good name of Ghana. To Ablakwa, I want to say, keep doing what you're doing. I truly admire you, and I need you to continue doing this. Nanado has destroyed this country enough. Bawumia is such a traitor. That guy, my brother, my sister, is a disgraceful traitor. All those other people under Nanado who continue to praise him and to call him a hero and an angel, your place is hellfire. You will all roast in there like chichinga. I leave it here. Now the final story I want to look at borders on entertainment, but it's deeper than that. And I'm reading this from my Joy Online. It says, Shirley Frimpong-Manso bemoans Ghana's hype for Tyler Perry's Straw. Now there's a new movie that is out there and it's called Straw. I've met two young ladies here at Media General. And they have told me how they enjoyed watching the movie. And both of them said they shed tears when they watched it. I am a fan of Tyler Perry. I have watched a lot of his movies and some of his series. I think I admire him. Presently, he's going through a lawsuit of 260 million for, in fact, sexual abuse. Now let's see this. Tyler Perry's latest movie did not only gain traction in Hollywood, it had a global wave that swept through Ghana as well. A lot of Ghanaian movie lovers, critics, and film buffs took to their media platforms to either pass commentary or analyze the movie when it was released. While a lot of people found Straw as a movie with a storyline that touches on the many issues that single parents go through, others described it as one of Tyler Perry's usual wanton love for over-sensationalism. Now, speaking to Doreen Avio on Hits FM's Lifestyle and Entertainment Morning Show Daybreak Hits, film producer and director Shirley Frimpong-Manso vented a spleen on why the Ghanaian media was over-fixated on Straw. She indicated that if the attention given to Tyler Perry's movie was accorded movies other Ghanaian filmmakers have done, they would have made some impact. Why are we talking about Tyler Perry's movie when we could easily have that same attention come to Shirley Frimpong-Manso's movie? She asked. She added that she has been producing a lot of quality movies, but she does not get a whit of attention like Tyler Perry's Straw did in Ghana. We have put films out there that critically examine a lot of things. We released a film called Chasing Lullaby on Mother's Day. It's a film that we shot a few years ago and we released on our YouTube page, and you should see the film. It's a beautiful film that talks about mothers in all forms, and I didn't see the media pick it up and make a whole song and dance about it like they are doing with Tyler Perry's movie. He doesn't care about us, she said. Shirley, who has been in the filmmaking industry for 17 years, is widely regarded as one of Ghana's top directors. The average Ghanaian is a slave. Is still a mentally sick slave. That is correct. We love things that do not belong to us. We hate ourselves and our own. If that is wrong, tell me, Black Rasta, you are an idiot. My brother, my sister, we love foreign religions. We love foreign food more than we love our own. We revere American designers and load our own fabrics and clothing lines. In fact, I sympathize with African designers when it comes to clothing, fashion designers. A lot of them are folded up. Some have become mere comedians. My brother, my sister, we do not appreciate our own. Now listen with rapt attention. That is why there is the need for patriotism. And I have trumpeted that over and over, and I will die for it. Patriotism is key. Love your own. Is it difficult to love yourself and love your own? Is it difficult? My brother, my sister, walk on the streets of Accra. The first 100 people you meet, look what they are wearing. They are wearing underwear made in China. My brother, my sister, their trousers are made in America. The shirt is made in England. And if they are wearing glasses, it's probably made in China. In the afternoon, look at the ladies, the wigs that they wear. Some of them are hairs of dead Indian women, hairs of dead horses, their tails. They put that on their hair. Yet when they see the Rasta man, they say, hey, don't you feel heat? Don't feel heat. Meanwhile, the wig we are wearing, you don't feel it's an air condition, right? Why yaopi? They claim African wear is demonic. They claim wearing anything African is pagan. But when they wear Gucci and Gabbana, unfortunately, that's the only designer I know. Oh, there's another one called Louis Vuitton. And I hear this, my brother, my sister, when it comes to the so-called Ghana Music Awards, they have something called the red carpet. If you want to see idiocy in its highest levels, watch that program. Red carpet. Oh, what are you wearing? Depending on this, whether this person is from Kumasi or from Accra. What are you wearing? Oh, yes, my shirt is Louis Vuitton. And, you know, I'm wearing a cologne that is Rampati Katati. In fact, names that Kwame Nkrumah will shake in his grave hearing. My brother, my sister, the Ghanaian fashion designer is dead. 1957 by KOD should have triumphed and thrived more. But no, they claim everything that we make and wear in Ghana is pagan. There was a pastor that I knew. I wouldn't mention his name for obvious reasons. He told me another pastor was dressing like a fetish priest. They be anoshe African wear. They be anoshe African wear. Aden uye dunsiniana. Uye kwekubon samana. Look at the level of foolishness. Let me get back to Shirley Frimpong-Manso. Tyler Perry is somebody I admire. I was in Atlanta to watch Vybz Kartel, which I regretted doing though. Such a whack performance, my brother. And I took the opportunity to go and see Tyler Perry's mansion. He's a man who came through nothing to become something. In fact, he was abused sexually by his friend's father. Do you want me to go into detail? A friend's father sodomized him. You know what it means to sodomize? I won't go into it. My brother, my sister, his friend's father, who was giving him food, small to eat while he was growing up, sodomized him, not once, not twice, not thrice, umpteen number of times, abused the little boy. He went through hell. Hey, he started off jumping on the stage, and making plays, theater, before he ventured into movie making. He has paid his dues. I disagree with Shirley Frimpong-Manso on that score. Why are you overly fixated on Tyler Perry's straw? He has paid his dues. Shirley Frimpong-Manso just started doing theater. If I am not mistaken, I've never known her for theater. I've only known her for filmmaking. And I have all the series that she made, in fact, the movies she made in the past. Shirley has had her chunk of Ghanaian respect in the past. There was a time nobody watched any movie unless it was coming from Sparrow, and they did a good job. Do you agree with me? A Stink in the Tail, we all watched it. Chessmate, we watched it. Was it Checkmate? Checkmate, yes, Checkmate. I have all those CDs in my house. I will show them to my children later. CDs, they used to sell them on the streets. Shirley Frimpong-Manso was the ish. All of a sudden, she dwindled and vanished. Now she's trying to make a comeback. Instead of blaming the Ghanaian media overly for not fixating on your movies, remember when the media used to do that? Giving you all the accolades, following you wherever you went. What did you give back to the media? Did you build a movie house? Did you raise movie makers? Tyler Perry has built a whole mansion for movie making. And people go there to train. She has put the name, in fact, he has put the names of great movie people, actors and actresses and heroes of the black world, like Oprah Winfrey, and so on and so forth. Whoopi Goldberg. They all have studios there named after them. Maybe Frimpong-Manso has not made enough money to do that. I won't blame her. And I don't want to question her achievements. I know she has achieved a lot. But there is a lot of truth in what she's saying. The Ghanaian media these days has fallen on bad days. It looked like the media in the past is better than the media we have now. Sensationalism. A man has had sex with a pig at Awoshi. They will pass Circle, pass airport, and go all the way to Awoshi to cover a man who had sex with a pig. Yet the airport is on fire. They see it, they won't stop. People are drowning in Ashaiman. They don't care. They will pass all these places and go all the way to hell in order to cover a man who had sex with a pig. That's when they can get the eyeballs. There's no decency in the media anymore. So Shirley, I've never met you, but I've admired you from the past when I was a little boy growing up. And please, I'm saying this tongue in cheek. I used to admire her so much, I imagined that she was my wife. There was a time I told myself, this woman, if she was my wife, we would make movies together. Oh, we will travel around the world. I used to admire her that much. I still do. And I want to say congratulations to her husband. Shirley, things are very transient. I would like you to go back and find out what made you hot in the days. Maybe those things are no longer hot now. Instead of critiquing this much the work of Tyler Perry, I would wish that you and your team would sit down with pens and paper and watch the movie right from the beginning credits or opening credits, all the way to the end. Write down notes from picture quality to the style of writing, the suspenses, and the emotions. Find out, research, use it as a paper for research. Find out. Ghanaians are not idiots. Sometimes we are. But take this serious. Go through it before you throw it into the garbage. For all you know, that is where your movie salvation career is. If you listen to me, you will thank me later. To God be the glory.
Yabo!